Incredible power in a tiny body, astonishing agility, complete fearlessness, and an eternal, insatiable hunger. This is what defines this small but extremely dangerous hunter, for whom the size of its prey means absolutely nothing. Hello everyone, you are watching the Noctera channel, and today our focus is on an amazing animal, a true master of stealthy and ruthless hunting. Meet the American mink, a compact predator with truly gigantic capabilities. Let's dive straight into the topic. The American mink is a classic representative of the mustelid family. Externally, it strongly resembles its European relative, but it's noticeably larger. The body is longer and the tail especially stands out. It can reach up to 25 centimeters. The total body length of an adult rarely exceeds 50 centimeters. Females usually weigh about 1 kilogram, while males often reach more than 2 kilograms. Quite impressive for such a small animal. The mink's body is slender, incredibly flexible and light, as if designed for rapid maneuvers. Its fur is thick, rich dark brown in color, and its characteristic calling card is a bright white spot right under the lower lip. The European mink, by the way, often has a white spot extending to the upper lip as well. The native homeland of this species is North America. However, starting from the 1930s of the last century, people actively introduced the American mink to new regions, first to the Soviet Union, then to various countries of Europe and Asia. Now it feels at home almost everywhere. It prefers to settle in forested areas along the banks of small rivers, lakes, streams, and swamps. It builds its shelter as close to water as possible. Abandoned muskrat burrows, hollows of old trees, cavities under roots or fallen trunks are ideal. This animal is the embodiment of agility, cunning, and ingenuity. The mink runs extremely fast on land, swims excellently, and can dive to depths of up to 4 meters. Thanks to such talents, its hunting diet is incredibly diverse: rodents, amphibians, fish, crayfish, birds, and sometimes even reptiles. Its greatest activity occurs at dusk and at night, but if everything around is calm and there are no signs of danger, the mink can easily hunt during the day as well. For it, defeating prey of similar size or even noticeably larger is not a problem. Take the muskrat, for example, another typical inhabitant of coastal areas. The mink performs a lightning-fast grab, bites into the neck, and uses its signature tactic, holding on until the very end. The size of the opponent does not stop it at all. Here is an even more impressive example. A mink fearlessly attacks a swan that weighs 5 times more than itself. The predator instantly grabs the bird by the neck, but the swan still manages to break free and escape in panic. The cunning hunter is left with nothing, but the very fact of the attack is astonishing. Fish are a favorite delicacy for the mink. Unlike its European relative, the American mink has less developed membranes between its toes, so it is not a champion of high-speed swimming. However, it masterfully uses the element of surprise or simply waits for the right moment. Sometimes a large pike ends up stranded in shallow water, and that becomes its fatal mistake. A hungry mink cannot pass by such prey. A pike has 300 razor-sharp teeth in its mouth, but on land it is completely helpless against a small yet incredibly strong and stubborn opponent. And this is far from rare. In another case, a mink ambushes a large brown trout, a member of the salmon family, while it feeds in shallow water. A lightning-fast strike, and the predator's teeth clamp onto the fish like a vice. The mink quickly runs out of oxygen and strength and is forced to surface, but after a short break, it returns with doubled energy. It is this fantastic persistence and endurance that ultimately brings victory. The fishing trip turns out to be a great success. The mink can even handle very unusual prey. A huge crab with a powerful shell and dangerous claws? Not a problem. The predator only needs to deprive the opponent of its main weapon, and victory is guaranteed. But in nature, everything changes instantly. Even the most skilled hunter sometimes becomes prey. Take the red lynx. It is much larger, stronger, and more dangerous. However, this time things did not go according to plan. The mink puts up a fierce resistance, and the cat is clearly confused. The struggle drags on, but the furious resistance and the will to live of the small animal eventually force the predator to retreat.
Perhaps the mink's secret weapon also played a role. In moments of extreme danger, it releases a sharp, extremely unpleasant-smelling liquid from its glands, almost like a skunk. This is another trait typical of the entire mustelid family: absolute fearlessness. The mink's guano is simple. The best defense is aggressive attack. That is why it often makes larger animals realize who is really in charge. Minks do not hibernate, but during periods of severe frost, they may stay inside their shelter for several days. When food is sufficient, the animal tries to stay close to its den, but hunger can force it to make long journeys, up to 5 kilometers per day. During such times, minks often make bold raids on poultry houses, destroying everything they encounter. In the second half of spring, females give birth to offspring. On average, about 5 to 6 cubs are born, although in rare cases their number can reach 15 to 16. Young minks develop quickly. Females reach adult size by about 4 months, while males do so slightly later, roughly after 1 year. Both American and European minks can become accustomed to humans quite easily from an early age. They are very active, energetic, and full of character, but with the right approach, care, and patience, they can become loyal and interesting pets. On average, the American mink lives about 10 years, but in the wild, this period is usually 2 times shorter. The main reasons are not so much natural enemies as diseases, parasites, and constant food shortages.
Because of their exceptionally valuable fur, minks have been hunted for centuries. Today, large-scale hunting has faded into the background. Many countries now have large mink farms. Just imagine, one full fur coat requires the lives of approximately 20 to 25 males or 35 to 40 females. Unfortunately, after humans introduced the American mink to new regions, it became a serious competitor to the native European mink. Gradually pushing it out of its natural territories, the American mink has brought its European relative to the brink of complete extinction in many places. It turns out that yet another human intervention in nature has once again led to the disruption of a fragile natural balance. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. There is much more interesting content ahead. New episodes are already on the way.